Meat Seeking Samurai Will and Outlanders. Oh boy, things are finally moving along today as we finally have the very first trailer for the Mighty movie. And obviously, I am now finally so happy to be able to review and discuss this, and I'm beyond happy with it. After all this time, it's finally here. Now, a quick word of note, the one reason why I haven't done this 2 days ago or yesterday is because if one of my friends who would know this, in the UK right now, specifically Scotland and that, um, like a huge heat wave is hitting us again, right? So right now I've not even really had the sort of time to be able to sit down and record this because of the heat. It's just too much for me to be able to sit in one place to do this. But I feel like I don't want to leave this too long so I can get my theories out, so I can say I was first. But anyways, I just want to start right away with this because there's definitely a lot to break down. And I think I am probably going to have to channel my inner Epic Meat here. So let's get going with this. Just call me the Epic Nebula. Anyways, we'll start with the first few things we see. The trailer starts with the meteor flying towards Earth, like in the original Mighty Pups, and it crashes through the lookout, and then we see Sky, like a deer in the headlights, just stuck and not moving at all as it basically comes crashing towards her. Don't worry, Raider does save her and take her out of the way because it's a kid film, they can't do that. Now this makes me think this is probably going to be the start of the development for her. And it could be that this is like the moment where she has like maybe a quick flashback of something, or maybe it's reminding her something and she's just too stunned to move, because normally we know Sky to be very, very calm and collected under pressure. She literally flies and does arguably the most dangerous job of the entire original six. Like, I refuse to believe it otherwise. So her just freezing up like this just kind of makes me think something's obviously happened, that she's like, oh, like a bad memory almost. No joke, I genuinely did feel quite tense because of how close it got. And moving on, the next big thing to look at is where the pup's powers get showcased. Because after we see the meteor basically has crystals inside it, like most people had seen in theories, sorry. They get the powers from the crystals instead of just actually getting close to the meteor, pretty much. The obvious ones we had, like Chase's super speed, Sky gets flight, and somewhat strength as well, according to these scenes. But Anzuma gets water bending. Well, not exactly water bending. It's more like he just turns into water. But my hope is that he can still, I guess, do something with the water. Like water bend essentially. Like, you know what I mean. The less obvious ones we see are Rubble, who I presume has strength, like super strength as well. I don't really know for sure, but the one where he just basically turns into a wrecking ball is what he says. And Rocky actually has telekinesis, which is a unique one because I wasn't expecting that. Rocky is another one of those ones where it's like it's difficult to pinpoint an exact power for him, in my opinion. And it gives me Silver the Hedgehog vibes, if that makes sense. And then we move on to the last two, which are arguably the biggest surprises for me, as Marshall is confirmed to now have the ability to firebend. He actually can create fire and shoot it now. Or I assume firebend in some ways. Finally. Which and most people would say a definitely huge upgrade from his just heated paws. That's what it was literally called in the original Mighty Pups. And I'll say this much, I'm guessing this scene here is a self-aware joke to the fans as to why we've never seen Marshall get this kind of power before.
Great! Now the clumsy pup shoots fireballs out of his paws.
And moving on, and last bit is obviously we finally arrive at Liberty. Now her power was not revealed in the trailer, but we had a merch leak which you can see here, which clearly states that Liberty can stretch. Huge relief, and I think that was definitely the best power for her. It seems like to me it's one of those ones that it's not even because she's long, it's literally because it's a really powerful power, and I like it, so it's quite cool. Also, I feel like this is an important point I should quickly say right now, and it's that I'm not going over everything from the trailer. I'm only sticking to, in my opinion, what the highlights were. So I won't include anything about the giant humdinger stuff since that was already confirmed. But I will talk a little bit about Victoria Vance, not too much. The only thing I can really say is that she didn't look how I was expecting her to look. She gave off more of a Fortnite skin vibe than a mad scientist vibe, if that makes sense. Like, I was half expecting a more Dr. Doofenshmirtz style mad scientist, if that makes sense. Looking she looks a bit more like punk rock scientist, which isn't a problem. I have no gripes with that. She looks alright. The only thing is I want to say though is that it's not a problem, obviously. And then the next big thing is their vehicles, and I'm only going to talk a little bit about them. I will say this much. Um, the transforming gimmick for the vehicles is definitely a cool one. Like Chase's one, basically like adding additional wheels to the side and that I really like. It's a cool little detail, and I'm hoping the rest of the vehicles add like a flair to that as well. Now, the last major thing I want to discuss is what looks like the setup to the final battle with the team outside what looks like Victoria's mansion of some kind. And the reason I say it looks like the final battle is because it looks like they're almost storming her base, and it's going to lead up to like a sort of penultimate thing, the sort of way that they're standing in line. And I have to say this as well, Chase dodging that electricity is nice. Like, I was not expecting that to look so smooth for being fucking Paw Patrol, you know what I mean? And I will say this much, this little detail here where Sky's actually like flying like Supergirl, and I say Supergirl because, well, um, just the way she's like standing so proud there, like, sorry, standing, flying in place so proud, like, I really like it, it's a really nice detail. And you'll notice I said set up to the final battle because I don't think the fight outside the mansion is final battle worthy. I feel like it's going to be one of those ones where it's like Chase and the team and Rough Rider are going to just do like a bunch of other things, and then Sky's going to like basically lead Victoria away maybe, and they're going to have like their own final bout somewhere. Now, am I saying they're going to, like go hand to hand combat? No, definitely not. But what I am going to say is that there's probably going to be like a moment where maybe Sky like blows her away with something or something like that. I don't know. I can't guarantee what they'll do. It's kind of hard to say. Here's hoping though, because I'm hoping they have like a little sort of final bout in the sky. Really, I like that. I like that. And I just have to say wow, honestly, because this trio definitely lived up to my expectations. And for the next few months, I'm going to be really excited for what's going to come in new posters, new promos, TV spots, and whatever else we'll get in terms of the promotion and advertisement. Because I'm ready for this. I'm really ready. Anyways, that is all for now. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And this is Nebula out. God, this is really good.